Hi, so let's read this problem. The length of a rectangle is the width minus 2 units. The area of the rectangle is 63 units. What is the length in units of the rectangle? Okay, so the length of the rectangle is means equals. So the length equals the width minus 2 units. Another way they could word this is that the length is 2 less than the width. The next part says the area of the rectangle is 63 units. So how do we find area? Area equals length times width. So LW. So what we'll write is 63 equals LW. And we have to solve this. So what we're going to do is we are going to take W minus 2 because that equals L, and we're going to replace L with W minus 2. Okay, so we will now have 63 equals, instead of L, we're going to put W minus 2 times the W. So this W here goes here, and instead of L, we're writing W minus 2. So what we'll do now is we will distribute this W. Okay, so we will have 63 equals W squared, hold on one second, minus 2W, okay? And we're going to solve for W, but we'll have a quadratic, and we have to get it equal to 0. So I'm going to subtract 63 from both sides. So 63 minus 63 is 0. Then we have W squared minus 2W minus 63. So what we'll do now is we will factor what multiplies to get 63. That will give us 2. So I know that 9 times 7 gives me 63. So we have W, and then negative 9 plus 7 gives us negative 2. So we have plus 7, and this is equal to 0. So these are the factors. So the solutions are W equals positive 9 or negative 7. Okay. Because we have 9 and negative 7, negative 7 has to get rejected because we cannot have a negative length. So the question again at the top says, what is the length of the rectangle? Well, I know the width is 9. So if the width is 9, we could put in 9 right here times the length equals 63. So 63 times what number gives you, or 9 times 60, excuse me. So 7 times 9 gives you 63. We could also plug 9 in here for W. 9 minus 2 is 7. So the length is 7. Okay, so that should be your final answer. The length is 7. Let's look at another example. Okay, when there are, let me lower this so we could take this step by step. When 24 is subtracted from the square of a number, the result is 5 times the number. Find the positive solution. So 5 times a number means 5x. So we're pretending that the number is x. Then it says when 24 is subtracted from the square of a number, okay, the square of the number meaning x squared, and 24 is subtracted from it. So x squared minus 24. And again, what they're saying here is that the result is 5 times the number. So basically, when we square the number and subtract 24, we're going to set it equal to 5x. When 24 is subtracted from the square of a number, the result is 5 times the number. So it looks like, again, we have a quadratic because we have an x and an x squared. So we want to get this into standard form. So I want to get it equal to 0. So I'm going to subtract 5x from both sides. And when we do, you should have this quadratic. And then finally, you're looking for two numbers that multiply to get negative 24 that add together to get negative 5. So I'm going to think probably there's 2 times 12, there is 4 times 6, but there's 8 times 3. So 8 times 3 is 24, and 8 and 3 can give us 5. So it's going to be negative 8, positive 3, because they add to be negative 5, and they multiply to get negative 24. But these are the factors, so the roots are, if you set each equal to 0, you could add 8 and subtract 3. These are the two roots. But again, the question is asking for the positive solution. So the positive solution is 8. Okay, so that would be the answer. So this is what's going to help you with your delta math. So I would like you to work on delta math number, let's see, I think it's 14. If not, delta math and delta math number 15. So this will be your assignments through the weekend. I'm going to have you work for the rest of the period, and you could rewatch this at any time.